All right, boys, welcome to the monetizing part of the course. I will pretty much be running through how the paywall works, getting it fully set up, when to trigger it, and how to collect the best amount of information and data you can so you can make better informed decisions when it comes to A/B testing, pricing, and paywalls and product, etc. So, okay, this all starts with installing this package, which will be linked in the document. So just come to this 3.2.3 slide and copy it. Go to Xcode. On the left side, right click and click Add Package Dependencies. Then paste in the top right corner the Superwall. And then click Add Package. And then all you gotta do is wait for this to load. Make sure this is added to the CalAI target or whatever you called your app. And then click Add Package. Boom. That's solid. Then what you want to do is go to superwall.com and make an account. I already have an account. By the way, these stats suck. I usually make around $15,000 a day, but I think Superwall had a bug and we lost like 30% of our revenue, which sucks, but it happens sometimes. But yeah, once you're in, it should put you through an onboarding process, but you should get to this page eventually. I'm going to make a brand new project. I'm going to call this CalAI. And then the app name, I'm just going to call it CalAI. Oh, this is new, not released yet. And then I believe I call it mafia.calai. Make sure this is accurate though. You can check this by going top left, general, add mafia tutorial.calai. Okay, make sure you copy that word for word. CalAI. Boom, and then click create app. We are in. So you're gonna see $0 proceeds, 0 new users, etc. Very, very obvious why it's 0. I'd go to settings. Actually, go to quick start. Make sure you check this off because you've installed the SDK. Configure the SDK. Okay, so to configure the SDK, make sure you copy this and we'll import Superwall Kit very soon. What you want to do is go to CalAI_app or whatever your app is called. Click import Superwall Kit and then under struct, copy exactly what I'm doing, init, and then init the Superwall configuration. What this does is as soon as your app loads up, it initiates your API key and links it to Superwall. So now it's pulling all of the paywalls you've made and allowing you to use them on the front end for your code, which is very crucial. So make sure you do that. After you present, I'm reading the word. After you've set that up, make sure you present a paywall. So copy this example and you will understand what I mean. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make a brand new file. I'm gonna call this paywall view. I'm gonna add a new button. So I'm gonna turn this into a VStack first and foremost. VStack, text, paywall, and then button, the label of open paywall. And then I'm going to paste in this, make sure Superwall is actually imported. So import Superwall Kit. And now this is what Superwall is doing when I paste this in. Anytime someone clicks the open paywall button, it's going to communicate with the backend and your Superwall account and then pull whatever paywall is linked to this placement, which is campaign trigger. Sounds confusing, but this should work. Okay, so this is an example paywall. And I will go through linking a product. So this would have a price right here. And as soon as someone clicks continue, they are prompted to pay. And once they have paid, they get access to the app. And that is really simple. So if you think about the pieces we have now, we have the onboarding view, which allows someone to answer questions and figure out why this app is good for them. After the results have been calculated, they then present it with the paywall view, and then they have to decide to themselves, okay, I just answered a bunch of questions. I've learned more about myself, about my goals, about the app. Should I pay this $20, $30, $40 a year? If the answer is yes to that question, and they do end up paying, then they get prompted with, preview, oh shit, wrong slide. Content view. After they paid, they are presented this, wow, couldn't even build. way to ruin my recording. But after they are paid, they are essentially presented with the main app, which is what we just built in estimating the calories and allowing you to take a photo of your food, etc. Very simple stuff. So those are the three like extremely essential components. And once you have that, you can easily go out into the market and start selling your product, making money for sure. But there's some prerequisites we need to do. So let's do that. So let's think. Okay. So let's go to App Store Connect and start building these products so we can share it with Superwool and allow you to monetize. So I would make a new app from App Store Connect. New app. We're going to call it Cal AI. Choose the language of English US if that is your main region. I'm going to click the... It's not showing. It's confusing. Okay, anyways, I'm going to call the app name Cal AI, English US if that is your main region, and then we are going to select the bundle ID. For some reason mine isn't showing, but I can always change it later. And then call this Cal AI or whatever else you want to call it, and then just click full access. And then make sure iOS is selected at the top. We'll click create. Okay, Cal AI is taken, my bad. Cal AI, Mafia, test. Okay, cool. Now your app is made on the App Store. And of course, we're going to go through this later and optimize it in another module. But we'll go to subscriptions. You click create subscription group. You call this Superwool. And we're going to make our first subscription. I'm going to call this yearly. The product ID is going to be yearly 30. And we'll click create. Availability is going to be the entire world. And the subscription price, I'm going to say of like $29.99, which is like a solid, most optimal price for this app. And that's based off all the testing Zach and his team have done over the past year. Later, we will go through how to like really optimize Superwool and make a bunch of different products, put those products into paywalls, and then A/B test that and try and find like the highest LTV, the highest average order value, etc., etc. But for now, we'll just make one product. The localization, this doesn't really matter. We're just going to call this yearly subscription to Cal AI. Okay, great. And then we'll click save. And that should be fine. Actually, I think we need an image. For some reason, they still make you do this. Very confusing. Very confusing. But we'll add an image. We'll just copy this and drag that in. Okay, great. Now this has to be submitted for review, and of course we can't submit it for review until the app is finished. So upon launch, I don't think you'll be able to monetize your app. I think you need to wait at least like one version cycle. So let's say you release 1.0 and 1.1, you can release the in-app purchases. For some reason, I don't know why Apple does this. I don't know why they need to even review subscriptions and pricing. It just seems like a complete waste of time. But hey, that's how they do it. The most important thing you need to do here is copy this yearly 30 product ID. And for every subsequent and future subscription you create, the product ID is how Superwool will identify this on the back end of App Store Connect. So what we're going to do is go to Superwool and clicking next, and then adding products on the left-hand side. So we'll click add products, paste in the product ID, and then select the price and trial and period. So we did $29.99. So we'll select that. The period is the year, and we'll click save. So now this is our first product. This isn't like fully registered because Apple need to approve it, but we can now use it to test our paywalls and fuck around. So that's great. So we'll go into paywalls. We'll click into this paywall. And then on the left-hand side, click products. And then for the primary, we'll just click the $29.99 a year. And then we can remove the tertiary and the secondary. And boom, we are good. Just click save and publish in the top right. So as you can see, it's now pulling the pricing. It says $29.99 a year, only $2.49 a month. Now, when people click the big blue button, they are prompted to pay using Apple Pay for your app, and that should be fully set up, which is great. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna put this all into practice. Let me run you through the exact flow, how we're gonna put it together, and how this will work holistically. So first we're gonna go to Kali app, make sure onboarding view is the first one. I think for this example, this is very clear. After the onboarding view, and after it's been calculated, let's see when it's been calculated. So it runs this command, which is on done. On done is triggered. Okay. On done, finalize onboarding. So we'll find this, and then we will do superbowl.shared.present view. Actually, let me just copy. It's registered placement, not present view. We'll paste that in here, and then we'll import Superbowl kit. And now we'll do this actually, just for example, we'll add state bar, private bar, clicked paywall equals false. So now if this has been clicked, because usually we can't test out Superbowl until they approve the product. So if this has been clicked, we will do if paywall clicked, if, what was it again? If clicked paywall equals false, we'll trigger this. Else if clicked paywall equals true, actually no, it should just be else this. And then if else, it should present the content view. So we'll do that. Before that works, we need to make sure clicked paywall.toggle. Great. Okay, we'll just do this. And then open paywall. Wait. So now it should be this. If clicked paywall equals true, navigation link, label, access app. And the navigation link should link to the main view, which is content view. Okay, so now this should work. This is like the full package right here. So we'll have onboarding. So welcome to Kali AI. Tail this to you. Does it sound good? Yes, let's do it. Where am I starting from? I'm a total beginner. What's my primary goal? To lose fat. What's my target pace? I'm going to say balanced. How do you want to track? I want to do a bit of a photo estimate. I see on TikTok. It's fucking sick. I want to play around with it. Typical weekday activity. I'd say some movement. Not that much, but some movement. How many workouts do I do a week? I do fucking 0. I don't know what I'm doing. What trips you up the most? Probably late nights. Actually, weekends. I just drink, and I get nowhere, and I become fat. That's what I do. Any foods I love or hate? I hate tuna. Okay, if we nail this, what changes first? Look leaner, feel more confident, more energy and focus. By the way, this is very intentional language, and I kind of created ChatGPT to give this kind of response, but like showing them the transformation of like, okay, if this app works out, what happens? I get more energy focus. I become more confident. I look leaner. I perform better in training. Like these are all direct results. So when you're prompted with a paywall for like $29.99 a year, you're like, fuck yeah, I get all of this and all I gotta do is pay $30. Now it is slightly misleading because it's still up to the person to make those changes in their own life. Like the app, just because you pay doesn't mean it's gonna like fucking transform it overnight. It still takes the time and dedication and grit, but this language really helps sell the product. So then you click finish, it calculates your plan, boom, you get hit with the paywall. Now obviously this is a little bit fast, I would change it up at the end, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Hits you with the paywall. So now that trigger's done. Let's hypothetically say I click continue and I pay. Obviously we have this error because we can't find the product yet, which is totally fine. Obviously I expected that. You click X out and now you see access app. Oh, can I click it? Can I click it? Damn. It's probably because that's in front. But let's say you did click it and you did pay. What would happen now? Well, you guessed it. We're in the fucking app. We paid for it. We're in. And now I can take a picture of my lasagna and Cal AI will estimate the calories. And it's doing exactly what I paid for. It works like a charm. So you see everything we've just done in under like an hour has built us a product that has an onboarding that convinces a user to finally pay. We have a paywall that prompts the user to actually pay with a price that we can A/B test, etc. And after the user is paid, they have access to the app and now they can use it. And it works and everyone's happy. You've just made money. You just provided a great product experience. And now people are using your app to better their lives. Congrats everyone, we did it. Now obviously this is not the end of the tutorial. I'm going to get way more in depth with like building a way more polished product, but that's just kind of like the surface level of what we're building here. This is more of a demonstration of how easy it is. There is more technical components in order to like log the subscription, to track the data, to make sure the app actually looks good, to ask the right questions, and I will be running through that. But that's like the main part of the tutorial, just to show you how I got from 0 to hero. I finally have a product that I could actually sell, and even without like the paywall logic, you could probably fucking sell this. By the way, all the GitHub links and all the code links will be in the description or in the document. So find that. And yeah, the next part of this, let's see what we're going through. So we'll be going through database setup, which I'd say is important. I'll get back to it. Analytics, final cleanup and optimizations. I'm going to spend a lot more time on the cleanup and optimizations to show you how to build like an actual solid, robust app. But yeah, that's it for this. Congrats guys, good shit.